inspirations from that song right there. Welcome back to Full Circle with Mikali Monday edition. How you doing? Where you tuned in from? 111 That is our SMS line. It's just going to cost you a shilling to talk to us. Switch TV KE on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. Now I am honored, thrilled, starstruck, stoked to be hosting this phenomenal woman. It's time for Book Circle, but it feels like more like everything circle. But let's just go with Book Circle. Author, but one thing that stands out for me is her fight, the fight that she's led to curb sexual plus gender-based violence in this country and East Africa at large. And I am honored to invite Anne Jogo in the building.
Thank you, Mikali.
Welcome to
and what
the
a beautiful show you run.
So usually this is how we start. So we have a book here with us, but there's going to be so much more. Book. She says she's been pregnant for quite a bit, and there's so much more to come. We'll have many of her babies, and we can't wait to experience that. But this, you wear so many hats, Anne.
Yes.
And maybe you can just quickly just take us through who Anne is before we even get to the book.
Okay. So first and foremost, Anne is a very cute because I know that God put in me numerous gifts, and I'm continuously seeking and searching and bringing them to life. And I am also seeking God's fullness and goodness. I'm also a mother of two phenomenal young adults, Stephanie, who is locked down in Melbourne, having done her master's, but she's good, and Ted, who is an aeronautical engineer, 26 now.
Yes.
I am also a life coach. I believe that everything I have learned, I owe it to the world to teach it back. Yes. So I am now 56, and I am so happy that I'm able to teach and give the nuggets that I have come across, because you know there is no manual of life.
Yeah.
And if you've lived your life, then you know that if you had known what you now know today,
yes,
you could have done better. So I'm very, very excited about sharing what it is that I know. And soon I'll be unleashing several coaching programs that are intentional and that seek to bring the fullness of everybody, because I believe that success is the ability to live your fullest, your greatest version of the biggest vision of your greatest life fully. And I'm excited to do that. I'm also a social justice advocate, and that is a passion I have had now for years, yes, and which is a very, very central core of why I live. And this is something I came across after years in the corporate world, and I had reached this level where I didn't just find it exciting to wake up anymore, and I was continuously asking myself, is this all there is to life? And I was very senior. I was like company secretary of a very big company in this country. And like I was like, you know, among the top senior management, but I wasn't fulfilled. And when I came across human rights and I understood that I could use my law to be able to bring good, yes, to human beings, to uplift the marginalized, to give voice to those who are voiceless, I completely touched a sweet spot. And that, I think, is a whole chapter again. Yes. And therefore, I am an attorney at law, but I have found that my passion was with working on the arena of human rights. I'm also a serial entrepreneur. And
I like the serial beat of it.
Yes, absolutely, because again, I'm a seeker of freedom, and freedom means at all your 13 levels of life, not just freedom in one area. So I am an absolute seeker for freedom in my spiritual life, a seeker of freedom in my intellectual life, a seeker for freedom in my career, in my vision of life, in my parenting. I want to be the greatest mother that ever lived for both Stephanie and Ted. I also want to be to do the best I can in whatever arena. And yes, again, in financial freedom, I grew up having very many wounds when it came to money, and I was shy talking about money. Yes. But I'm now healed of all those wounds.
Yes.
And I embrace money because it's just one of the other resources that God has given us, and it's just a tool for bringing good, not a tool to not not for it to become your master, but you become a master of it to bring good to society. So yeah, basically, I guess.
And author.
And an author now, yes, poet and author. This
Poet and
I wrote
author.
at 17 years. Only 2 poems at the back because they will introduce the next book.
Okay.
But all the others were written when I was 17, going 22, 23, thereabouts. The only thing that I've added are the quotes that precede each and every of the poems. Otherwise, the rest I wrote when I was
So
a
pregnant
teenage.
you were.
Yes.
Very. And I'm
That's
wondering
true.
at 17, if you're already doing that, I'm
Yes.
imagining what more you have in store for us, just, you know, to release. So at the back of it, it says the poems contained in this anthology are the true life experiences of Vernette, a 17-year-old girl going into young adulthood, grappling to understand the strong emotion that is love.
Yes.
They reveal the intimate joys and pains of loving, the journey of seeking to love and to be loved back, the love that she felt for God and the universe, the love for self, and the love for her family, friends, and the love she felt for her lovers. That was you.
That was me. And when I was, I really opened my eyes to the power of books and confirmed what they say about what 2 things will change your life in any year: the people you meet and the books that you read.
Yes.
And for me, truly speaking, when I came across the books, I was never again. So at as a teenage, I was very, again, curious, and as I immersed myself into books, of course, I started with the Tom, the adventure.